Which of the following statements about the heart is true? 1. A. The heart is responsible for the production of red blood cells. That's a fallacy. B. The heart pumps oxygenated blood to the lungs. That's not totally what the heart does. C. The heart receives blood from the kidneys and filters waste products. It's not only from the kidneys the heart receives blood. D. The heart is a muscular organ that contracts to circulate blood throughout the body. So yes, this is the perfect definition of what a heart does. So the heart is a crucial organ that plays a central role in the circulatory system, performing two essential functions. Number one, pumping. The heart acts as a pump, using its muscular walls to contract and relax, generating pressure to move blood through the circulatory system. Two, circulation. The heart ensures the continuous circulation of blood throughout the body, supplying oxygen and nutrients to tissues and organs while removing waste products. The heart's pumping action is divided into two main stages. So, number one is diastole. In this case, the heart relaxes, filling with blood. Number two, we have systole. The heart contracts, pumping blood out into the circulatory system. The heart's efficient functioning is vital for maintaining 1. Oxygen supply to tissues and organs. 2. Nutrient delivery. 3. Waste removal. 4. Regulation of blood pressure. And 5. Overall cardiovascular health. In summary, the heart is a remarkable organ that works tirelessly to sustain life by pumping and circulating blood throughout the body. Uh, the heart's two main jobs are 1. Pump blood. The heart squeezes and relaxes to push blood through the body. 2. Keep blood moving. The heart ensures blood keeps circulating to deliver oxygen and nutrients to the body's tissues and organs. How the heart pumps blood. So number 1, rest. The heart relaxes and fills with blood. This case, we are talking about diastole. 2. Squeeze. The heart contracts and pumps blood out to the body. And in this case, we are talking about systole. Why the heart's job is important. 1. Oxygen delivery. The heart ensures tissues and organs get the oxygen they need. 2. Nutrient delivery. The heart helps deliver nutrients to the body's tissues and organs. 3. Waste removal. The heart helps remove waste products from the body. 4. Blood pressure regulation. The heart helps control blood pressure. 5. Overall health. The heart's functioning is crucial for overall cardiovascular health. In simple terms, the heart is like a pump that keeps blood moving throughout the body, supplying oxygen and nutrients while removing waste. Its efficient functioning is vital for sustaining life. So that is what the heart entails. All that is talking about the heart. Yes. The next question we're looking at is, what is the primary source of variation in a population? Is it A, gene flow, B, mutation, C, natural selection, and D, genetic drift? You know, this question can be answered if we know the definition of variation. What is variation? Variation is basically talking about the differences that occurs in a population of the same species, and that is basically caused by mutation. Mutation in the genes, mutation that occurs in the DNA. So for instance, you can see this diagram. You see that there's a mutation in the coding. The coding, we have different types of nitrogenous bases that are used for coding. We have adenine, we have thymine. Adenine actually is attracted to thymine, and then we have cytosine, which is also attracted to guanine. So if there is a change, a sudden change, because mutation is basically talking about sudden change that occurs in the DNA. If there's a sudden change that occurs in the DNA, it's going to affect latter generations. So that is basically what is happening here. So more on mutation. Mutation is the primary source of variation in a population because 1. It alters DNA sequence. Mutation changes the genetic code, creating new variations. 2. Introduces new traits. These changes can result in new characteristics of or traits. 3. Increases genetic diversity. Mutation adds to the existing genetic variation, making the population more diverse. Types of mutations include: 1. Point mutations, single nucleotide changes. 2. Chromosome mutations, changes affecting entire chromosomes. 3. Genetic rearrangements, reorganization of genetic material. Mutations can occur spontaneously or be induced by external factors like: 1. Environmental stress. 2. Radiation. 3. Chemical mutagens. Mutation is essential for evolution as it provides the raw material for natural selection to act upon, allowing populations to adapt and change over time. Mutation is the main source of variation. Mutation is the primary source of variation in a population because it, like I said, changes the DNA code, creates new variations. 2. Introduces new traits, results in new characteristics. 3. Increases genetic diversity, makes the population more diverse. So we have types of mutations. Which I have talked about earlier on. So that is basically it about mutation. Once it occurs, it it stays for a long time in the generation. Mutation is essential for evolution, though, because it provides new traits for natural selection to act upon, helps populations adapt to changing environments, drives evolution forward, allows species to change and diversify over time. In simple terms, mutation is like a genetic shakeup that creates new variations, introducing new traits and increasing genetic diversity, which is essential for evolution and adaptation. So I want to look at the next question, which states: which component of blood is responsible for carrying oxygen to the body tissues? Is it A, platelets? Platelets does not do that. Platelets is attributed to blood clotting. Is it B, white blood cells? White blood cells, they are attributed to fighting off microorganisms, foreign organisms that gain access into the body system. So that's not a role. Then we have C, red blood cells. That is exactly what we are looking for. So red blood cells, so the answer is C, red blood cells. So red blood cells, in bracket erythrocytes, are like delivery trucks for oxygen. They, 1. Pick up oxygen in the lungs where oxygen is plentiful. 2. They carry oxygen to the body's tissues where it's needed. 3. Release oxygen to the tissues so they can use it for energy. Hemoglobin. This is a protein inside red blood cells, which makes it possible. So what happens is that it, number 1, it binds oxygen in the lungs, forming a strong connection. Number 2, it holds on to oxygen during transport. 3. Releases oxygen when it reaches the tissues. This process is essential for life as oxygen is necessary for: 1. Energy production. 2. Cellular function. And 3. Overall health. In short, red blood cells and hemoglobin work together to deliver oxygen to the body's tissues, keeping us alive and healthy. So red blood cells is like delivery trucks for oxygen. Like I said, red blood cells, they carry oxygen to the body's tissues, and also this is another addition to get a clearer view of what I'm talking about. Number 1, the red blood cells load oxygen, pick up oxygen in the lungs, and 2. Transport oxygen, carry oxygen to the tissues. 3. Unload oxygen, release oxygen for the tissues to use. So hemoglobin, which is known as the oxygen helper. Hemoglobin is a protein inside red blood cells that, 1. Grabs oxygen, binds to oxygen in the lungs. 2. Holds tight, keeps oxygen safe during transport. 3. Releases oxygen, lets go of oxygen when it reaches the tissues. Why oxygen delivery matters? Oxygen is crucial for energy production, cellular function, and overall health. I've said it before. So in short, red blood cells and hemoglobin work together to deliver oxygen to the body tissues, keeping us alive and healthy. It's like a vital delivery service that brings oxygen to the body cells, ensuring they function properly. So with that being said, we look at the next question.